I'm from Kenya, so
Oh,
I
dude,
was I was
man, we
hearing
just been.
Predit being in Kenya, and I was like, I hope you're not talking about my sister.
Yeah. Daniel's last name, Kipton. Good. Yeah, keep be aware of that last name. Be on guard. Be the utmost gentleman, Thibaut. Should you ever meet a Kipton. Daniel looks this small on the screen, but something tells me he's a lot larger.
A big personality, maybe.
Nice. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. How good. Well, Daniel, thanks for helping us break the ice this morning. This morning for me. Just as Gaurav starts to get the ball rolling, I figured I'd just ask if there are other newcomers on the call, if there are other folks that haven't said hi, haven't introduced themselves, because it's really nice for everyone else to get a chance to know you a bit. It helps them orient you to the community, because there's a lot going on, various technologies, various projects, there are different meetings, different people working on different things. The majority of, I would say all of the people that have been here for like really any amount of time, they all have a piece of the pie, or they all own a piece of the project. That's part of the goal for everybody. Sometimes, I mean, it's ideal. No one necessarily owns that piece onto their own, just because it's a liability otherwise, and because you need multiple brains on one thing so you can get it right. But we encourage people to get some ownership over a portion of the project about as fast as they can, which means starting super small. So for Saddam and Shalika, Saddam and Shalika, have you, either of you said hi before? Have you introduced on the call? It's like this awkward moment of just getting you past feeling comfortable. Do either of the two of you want to say hi?
It's like I have recently joined in the call. This is my first meeting on the development meeting. I have previously joined the newcomers meeting. This is my first development call on this week.
Oh, very good. Very good. And thanks for saying hi on this call, just because different people attend different ones. So, nice to have you. Real fast, is there? Go ahead.
Thank you, Lee. Thank you, Lee, for noticing us.
Also, should you ever meet a very beautiful young lady with the last name of Kipton, just fair warning, you'll have a big personality to deal with. All right. Shalika, would you like to say hi? Shalika. I don't think I'm slaughtering it. You can say hi in chat as well if you like. And actually, I should rephrase the question. It's not really, would you like to say hi? It's more like, go ahead and say hi and introduce yourself. So Ashish, Paul, have you said hi before on the call? You want to introduce yourself?
No, thanks for, I'm new here. I just started contributing. So I'm going through code and all. So hello, everyone. Quite nice to meet you all.
Awesome. Very good. How did you find out about this lovely community?
Yeah, actually, Shalika is my friend. So we both get into it together. So it's quite amazing. She's helping me how to get initial ways. So.
Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, good. Okay. All right. I feel like we've gotten to know Shalika a bit as well. That's nice. And so there's another gentleman on the call that might not have had a chance to say hi before. And I just lost his name, but Jigar Kumar. Have you said hi before?
Hello, hello, hi. So this is my first development call. I have attended 2 or 3 newcomers meeting, and one of my PR got merged into layer 5 project.
Ooh, yeah, sweet. All right. Oh, good. Hey, by the way, that's a great note for everybody else who's here. Is it's not like there's a limit on the number of times that you can go to the newcomers meeting. I mean, there's a lot that's covered in that meeting. So first of all, I know I would go a couple of times just for that, just to absorb it all. But then second, there's like, I don't know, Sarab, Sony, and some others that end up hosting that call a lot. Aren't there like 6 or 7 of you who just perpetually join and host and share? And then sometimes people who've been there a while, sometimes they end up, hosting, and you guys change it around. Is that how it goes?
Yes, I guess. It was the first time for me to host, and I got really help from the community. So yeah, it was a very good experience.
Oh, nice. Oh, okay. I didn't even know that. But yeah, so there you go. You're a living example.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay. Oh, Gaurav, I could do this all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll quickly share the link of meeting minutes again in case anybody missed marking their attendance. And if you got webcams, don't be shy. We won't be capturing your image and making memes. So feel free to open your webcams. So with that, we have an announcement today for interns for the fall 2023. So welcome 4 interns: Senali, Abid, Yash, and Milil. I hope most of them are on this call, and they should be. So do congratulate them. And it's not that we do accept interns only for few specific terms. Internship starts and stops all around the year. So if you want to know past experience of a couple of interns, they have written up blogs, go check them out, and do talk to them on Slack, on Discuss forum, and do check out the FAQs that are mentioned on the internship programs. I hope someone will definitely share the link of that in chat, and do engage with the community. So that's the most important thing to land an internship here. So with that said, let's move ahead with today's first agenda item. That's from Senali on connections table column mismatch. So Senali, would like to take the stage?
There is issue in the connection table loading the data of the rows. It is due to the way we call data from using the raw data using this index. So I have fixed that issue using a good way, like getting the data from data object using the row index, passing row index. So this will issue this error. So it's also already merged the here. Anyone have any doubts regarding this?
I don't have doubts, but I have questions. If that's
Okay.
but Sonali, nice, Sonali. The question is under the status column, about do we have a plan for, or about how far away are you from making the status column interactive?
Oh, okay. Like I have planned to implement that one, like being a show that all the status in a drop down. We can select each item from the drop down to change the status like that.
Oh, good. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Do you know what type of component you'll be using? Like, so not literally a drop down or a select, but is it what type of component are you going to use?
I'm thinking like use the drop down component, but it is not like we use other places. It like I think it style it using this way like this chip, but it should be select component.
Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so you've got a plan for implementation, and maybe next week, after some of the playground and Meshery cloud work, maybe you'll end up coming back to implementation here. So, okay, that'll give us some time to, well, it'll give those that are involved, and everybody's encouraged to be involved. It'll give us some time to further document what those different states mean. I know it's a little hard to see through Zoom, but that I think there's a yellow color associated to this state that's currently referred to as discovered. Like, okay. And there's an icon associated with that. Okay. And so then what are the other states, and which ones can a connection, which is each of these three rows, one connection represents a connection to Kubernetes, another two connections represent different Meshery instances. If they're in the discovered state, what other states are they allowed to transition to? And so, yeah, between now and when you start to work on it, end of this week or early next week, hopefully that'll be a little more clarified. Somebody might even share the document that we currently have about that, the Meshery architecture deck. But yeah, anyway, that was my question and comment. Thanks, Stanley. Anybody else have questions, or anybody else interested in trying to architect or design which statuses would make sense? So statuses like discovered, connected, registered, ignored. There's a few others that probably make sense in there. Yeah, if you're interested, just message in the chat. Who else has feedback? Anybody? Gaurav, the next topic is
from Pranav on Meshery server registration. Pranav would like to share.
Yes. It's a very small item. We can quickly go over it. That is like first the issue. Okay, first a little context, that is Meshery, whenever it boots up, it talks and you use a remote provider, then Meshery automatically registers itself to the remote provider, which you choose while logging in. If you don't know, like remote provider can be selected from this provider's UI, and you can select any of the remote provider to which you would like to connect. The use of remote provider is to enhance the base capability of Meshery and to add more functionalities, whether it's backend, pluggable UI or auth-C and other stuff. So one of the functionalities is registration of Meshery server, and the issue was like there was recent enhancement in connections, and Meshery server is also a connection. And due to the change in handler, this registration handler got affected, and that's the reason you saw these errors. Now it's fixed and released, so you shouldn't be seeing them. So yes, that's it. If there are any questions, then let me know.
All right. Thanks, Pranav. Looks like no one has questions. So Friedrich, you're up next.
Okay, sure. Okay. All right. So that's actually a critical thing. So it was about like recently I worked on like displaying like register hostname and host ID for like model components and relations inside of like mesh model summaries. So like the backend was done. So the only thing remaining was like having like the register section, and that register section will display the just like the host name and yeah. So yeah, actually there is like some stuff like just to complete to render the register page. That's all those like section paging. Yeah, open the API for that. So I will by the end of the day I will just complete. All right.
Good deal. Fridish, did you also, oh, I see. You were doing this in coordination with Usman. So did he do the front end changes then? Oh yeah, you're on mute, by the way.
I'm the one doing the front end changes now. So,
Okay, yeah, Usman is or someone else is?
no, like I'm the one like since like
Oh, you
he's
are. Yeah. Oh, great.
yeah.
Perfect. That's ideal. If you, yeah, great. I don't have any other feedback. Like, yeah, great. It's nice to see that term showing up, registrant. That's great. Yeah. Anybody have questions about this? Like, what are these things? I have as you guys think about trying to answer what are these things, I have a different question, which is on the duplicates. That doesn't work yet, does it?
It will work. It works. So like for the mod components, it works. If you just switch the duplicates and on the name, if you click to sort.
Yeah, that doesn't work. that doesn't work.
No.
Yeah. Please get rid of it until it works because yeah. Is that your item, Shudanshu, or is that someone else I should follow up?
It was not. I can do it.
Shudanshu, do you have a sense of what could be done instead or what should be done instead? Why is it not acceptable in its current state?
What happening is that something related to sort is happening here because duplicates are being shown, but sort, like when you click on the sort, it sorts the elements, the models, components, then it shows so it's not related to duplicate. It's not showing, it's related to something about sorting, which is creating problem. Or some components, like which components have duplicates, they are either downside, something next page, something like that. If I'm not wrong, I have to see more clearly.
Yeah, actually, okay. But the question was, or still is, why is this implementation not acceptable? Like, what about it makes it not acceptable? Because if you're going to work on it, then you've got to be able to answer this. Otherwise, you shouldn't work on
it. See then what is not acceptable.
Yeah. Well, so if you think about it for a moment, see how it says no duplicates found? That's helpful. Although you wouldn't, and we've been over the reason, like we've been over this a few times now, and I've given demonstrations using other pieces of software to show what it would be to show duplicates. Do you remember that I showed like Apple Music as an example? So anyway, we don't need to list out everything that is not a duplicate. We just need to list duplicates. If it's not a duplicate, when duplicates is turned on, then don't show it. Don't show it. And then also we don't need that caret, that little arrow, the little, yeah, there's no need for it. Just show the duplicates. And that's it. And then when you turn off duplicates, show everything. You know, or I mean, rather show what we normally show, which is we deduplicate.
Yeah, I got that. Like when you click to duplicates, it should not show any things like subtable. It should like re-renders the data to the main table.
Yeah. And hopefully it would just be, you know, a handful of items that have been duplicated for whatever reason, or it would be a very short list compared to when duplicates is turned off, or, you know, when people are not viewing them. So, yeah. There's other approaches, but this one will work. So cool. Okay. And Fridish, so you're putting the register. So Fridish, heads up. I don't know if it's a glitch in Zoom, and I don't know if it's a duplicates thing, but you see how the table row is not all the way extended on the right-hand side under registrant for some of the rows. It's like we forgot a call span. If I can speak HTML to you. So if you turn off duplicates for a moment, see how the border for the row goes all the way across the table, but inside of the duplicates that Shiranshu is going to rewrite anyway. To not have a subtable, we won't have to worry about that call span. But if you turn it back on real fast, just to help convey what I was talking about, and you expand one of the rows. Yeah, after you turn it on, if you expand a row, we're just missing the call span of 6, the 6th column. Anyway, not a big deal. You're going to show registrants for models, components, and relationships, all of the tables, or not?
Yeah. That's
Oh, I see. Okay. All righty.
Thanks, Fridish.
yes.
All right. Let's move to the next item. That's from Rajdeep on converting class-based to functional components in Meshery.
Yep, sure. So basically, I have created an issue to convert all the class-based component from functional component. And like if we have like 25, a list of 25 components which you need to convert. So I'm on it. And also I would like to invite anyone who is like want to contribute to it, because there are some components which are really beginner friendly. They can try it out and we can collaborate and contribute to it and convert the whole system from class-based to functional, whichever is left. Yeah, so this is basically a main thing from my side, to invite everyone who is interested in this.
Nice. Hey, Rajdeep, some things that might, wonderful. Awesome. Thank you. It's fantastic. By the way, I've got tons of feedback. If everybody on the call can't tell, I have a hard time shutting my mouth sometimes. I have lots of feedback. But one of the things is that it's fantastic to see this type of a list. There's a couple of other individuals here that do similarly well with writing things down. And Antoinette in particular had been focused and continues to be focused on the UI frameworks that we're using and the libraries that we're using. She was had a similar but slightly different list with respect to some of the other libraries and frameworks that we would upgrade. So these are two different lists. So wonderful. I'm just kind of highlighting that that's a great behavior. One way that outside of doing exactly like you're doing and announcing on the call that, you know, hey, anyone who is here and focused on front end, here's an excellent opportunity to jump in. That's great. One thing you could do is either create a couple of other subtasks that maybe just have one or two components on there. Don't assign it to yourself. Label it with help wanted, and then some people might show up that way as well. But
okay, got it.
But this is the right starting point. This is the great, and it's fine that it's assigned to you as you go to organize the epic. There's actually a label in there that has the word epic on it.
No.
Yeah, or I mean, there is. You could use that here. You could use the child label on the other ones and sort of interrelate them. This type of organization is really helpful.
Okay, thank you. So basically, I like co-assign people with me to help everyone in the community and convert all the things.
It's like we're on Jerry Maguire right now. It's like help me, help you, help, sort of. Yeah. Right.
One thing, Rajdeep, like if you are assigning other contributors this, so like simple thing to be changed in the that if you are listing single components in the doc, so like for example, if header part component is connected to another page, and if you change that header to a function based component, and that header which is passed to another component, is using class. So in like best case, it would be like if you also write that this header is connected to this page, because most of the time it should not break, but in many cases.
Yeah, I have written it like here, like if anything is connected, like I'll be like changing it, like seeing all the things closely, like which one is connected and everything. I had like given a brief, and I like writing the whole thing about like which one is connected to what, and I can just assign two components which are connected to the same person so that it works well.
All right, Chandra Vijay, you have your hand up. You have a question?
Yeah, Rajdeep, I can join with you.
Yeah, sure. Just comment on the issue, and we can pair up.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
All righty. Okay, thanks, Rajdeep. Good and well-written issue. So next up is an ouch. The Meshery playground is temporarily unavailable, so it will be up soon. Anything, Lee? Do you want to add into this?
No, thank you. No.
All right. So it's time to view some of the community and discuss forum highlights from Vivek. So Vivek would like to share.
Yes, Gaurav, I'll quickly share my screen. All right, so hoping my screen is visible. So yeah. So hello everyone. Today we'll be presenting research forum and community highlights. Celebrating the research champions. Who are these individuals? Also, starting today, we'll be celebrating some of the first-time contributions to the Meshery project. So yeah, first let's talk about research forum.
Sorry to interrupt, Vivek. Your screen is invisible.
All right, let me reshare.
Yeah, you might want to reshare.
Is it now, Gaurav?
Yep, it is.
Okay, so apology. Yeah, so first let's briefly talk about what is discussion forum and how it can help you, if you are a contributor making changes to the code basis and you are stuck and you don't know how to move ahead, or if you want to know about the project. So how a research forum can help you get answers to those questions, or if you are a user and you are curious about one of the projects under the layer 5, and so how you can open a issue ticket on discussion forum so that the layer 5 team can respond to that on priority. So there are two ways in which you can post on discussion forum. First is head over to this discuss.layer5.io URL, and thereafter logging in, you will be able to create topics or interact with the ongoing discussions. There is also a convenient /command that will let you, post directly to Slack, post directly to discussion forum from one of the Slack channels. And the command is /discuss post n, where n is the position of the message. So if it's the latest one in the channel, so it will be 1. So it will kind of, load a transcript, which you can draft and then post to discussion forum. So hopefully, now you know how you can post on discussion forum. And now we'll be taking a look at the research leaderboard. So, oh yes, just a minute. So, for the last 2 weeks, this is the leaderboard, and we call these individuals, the research champions. And there is a reason for this, because these individuals have gone up and beyond, answering the community members, answering their questions, sharing resources with them, making the community forum wonderful place to collaborate and share the learning. So for the 3 of the categories, that is likes received, it's Akibu. For solutions, it's Asu, and for topics, it's Parthagos. So kudos to all of these 3 folks. And yeah, Layer 5 community, really recognizes and publicly celebrates these efforts. So all 3 of you, please share this with your network. So let them know how you are helping the Layer 5 community. And next up, we have the first-time contributor for Meshery. So Meshery, one of the Layer 5 project, which is a cloud native manager and also Linux Foundation's #1 internship program. And so these individuals that you see, Rajdeep Singh Gupta, Yash Sharma, and Yana Gupta, these have been pretty much active contributing to the Meshery, and so their name were recommended on community managers and messmates meeting. So they were then invited to have this Meshery badge on their profile, be a part of the Meshery GitHub organization. So Again, congratulations to Rajdeep. You just saw him presenting, and same goes for Yash Sharma and Yana Gupta too. Please share, make sure to you share this with your connections again, so they will know the kind of efforts and impact that you are making in the community. And next we have, the 5, our intergalactic hero, continuing his cognitive journey. And as you can tell from the picture, he's encountering this vertical slope, and which is causing him to, consume his fuel, that is, stars, at a much faster rate. And that is why he might need, the few more stars. And while the community has come together and, providing fuel to our 5, the hero, I think it will not be enough, and that's why I'll request all of you on the call to, help 5 continue his journey by dropping a star on Meshery repository, which is at github.com/mystery. So, so the 5 can continue his journey. And we also have a post up on verify.io/blog where you can learn how starring helps a project and its community grow. So yeah, do not forget to leave your start. And yeah, that was all. And thank you everyone. And I'll see you in the next community and discuss forum highlights. I'll stop sharing, Gaurav.
All right. Ooh. Yeah, that was some cool and great updates from Vivek. Yeah. And congratulations to all the people who were celebrated, and make sure you start the repository. So let's move to next item, and thanks, Vivek. So next up is from Tejas Kumar on adding a loading component.
Yes, so I will just share my screen. Okay, so this was my issue. So I actually created the issue, and I aim to implement a loading component for the like charts which are not loaded yet. So I have implemented these 3 components right now, and I aim to implement it in the whole code base, like here, applications, where it initially shows no applications found, but it should actually load add a circular progress component from material UI. So yes, it is an ongoing process, and I will complete it as soon as possible.
I have a small question.
Yes.
Yeah. So for particular, like having a loading state, are you using like to manage that loading state? Are you using a React state, or are you
Yes,
creating?
I am using actually React state, use state.
Okay. So I think React also provides suspense over here. Can we not use that particular thing for that for this?
Yes, I think we can use that, but actually I am not that I haven't used it ever. So I was familiar with material UI components, so I thought implementing that would be better.
Okay, so what I'm suggesting is that if you can give a try, suspense is a small, like simple component in which you can pass a fallback component. Is why I'm suggesting is that because if we are going to add a state in every component, like in every page, it will be just adding one more state in so many states. So it will re-render unnecessary. So that's why I'm suggesting if you can give it a try.
Okay, I will surely implement those changes.
All righty. Anyone else have comments or questions? Okay. Thanks, Tejas. So next up, let's see an update from Weber. Weber would like to share.
Yeah, sharing my screen. Okay, so I worked on a small item today. It is about it is related to recent release of Meshery, and uh, it is about email on failure job. While every job passed, the workflow still sent an email to the support at layer 5. So I fixed the bug by just removing the extra string that was attached to the email, that is email body equal to, and Also, Suhail suggested an optimization running the workflow, that is using the just a second. Hmm, hmm. Using the failure context instead of always. So this will like run the email on failure job only if any of the previous job failed, not always. So these are the small changes that I have talked on today. Uh, that's
Um,
all from my side.
There's a quick question in chat.
I'll just take a look. Mm, okay, I'll decide to switch to maintenance. I'll change the email if we are making a switch to maintenance at left 5. I'll take care of it. Thanks for reminding.
All right.
So yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. And I've also raised a PR on addition of a workflow to automatically format the code for backend as well as frontend. So it is under like it is in progress right now. So yeah, that's all.
All righty. Thanks, Weber.
Wait, oh, yeah, wait. Oh, sorry, I missed on that. Hey, a quick feedback on the other one as well. If you don't mind, just like removing the email body equals thing. It's just doesn't help. The text is helpful, but the label email body, if yeah,
this part?
Just the label, like don't put that into the inside of the email body where it says email body equals. It's like kind of silly. Yeah.
I'm not sure which one you're talking about.
Yep. Remove the label email body equals. Don't include that in the email itself. Include the contents of that variable. Don't include the variable name.
Yeah, I've taken care of it. Like it won't be here. Like you won't see email body this part in the email anymore.
Cool. I've been seeing it in all of the emails to date, but if you have fixed it in this PR, wonderful. If you haven't, then please remove it from the PR, because even in your example there, it shows email body equals. Get it out of there. It's just a super small request. It doesn't need a lot of explanation. Second question is, what was the second thing that you were showing? Were you showing work on a prototype for a new version of MeshMap Snapshot?
Oh, I think he missed that. He's rejoining due to some Wi-Fi issues. So till then, let's move to next item. Okay, so Vivek just now presented about 5. So it's time to view the next chapter of 5 and Friends from Ritik. Ritik would like to share the story.
Yeah, I'll share my screen. Okay.
So to be clear about whether this is a draft or is it Gaurav, the way that you've said it makes it sound like is it done? It's done and this is what it is? Or is he asking for feedback or what's the thing?
Yeah, it's almost done. Like we just for a review and then we can publish it directly.
Okay, so you're presenting a draft for feedback. Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, okay. For context, like we have a story going on of Mascot 5, Adventure of 5 and Friends, and the first chapter is already published. So I have been working on the next chapter of it for the next chapter, and like it's the planet Prometheus. So now Mascot 5 is stuck on the Prometheus planet, and he's trying to like get to move on and reach Meshery planet. So like, yeah, this is how it goes. So yeah, first it lands on the planet, and like then he is happy because he thinks he's landed on the correct planet, but then he, after moving like walking some distance, he gets to know he landed on the wrong planet. So he became sad, and like he tries to then contact his friends on the another planet, but like due to network issue and low connectivity, he's unable to get in contact with him. So he became sad and sits on the stone. So like after some time, the native of that planet, Prometheus, come near to him and gives him a handbag. So like, so for that, this man looks suspicious to our mascot 5. So like he was thinking what could be in his bag. So after opening that bag, he finds a map and guides book. So like in this artboard, he's reading that book, and here I have shown how like what he's looking at. So like here we can add the task one that our mascot 5 will have to complete to move to reach the Meshery project planet. So yeah, and yeah, so now from here, now we can start to mascot is now moving to the to complete his task. And so yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anyone has questions, feedback on the storyline, pitch, or the graphics for Hrithik? All right. Hrithik will be sharing the draft soon, I guess, on Slack
Yeah.
or in Discuss forum.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Hrithik, for the update. So next up, we have an update on prompt component from Yash and import model.
Yeah, sure. Let me share the screen. Okay, so we have a prompt component that we reuse again and again whenever we need a component to confirm something or to reset something. This kind of for this kind of thing, we have a reusable component prompt. So I just added a checkbox over here, and so that we can like have a functionality of checkbox. So if you want to like add a checkbox in your prompt component, if you're working with particular that, I also mentioned how you can like add that and how you can access the state of this checkbox. So this is just in a small update that need an update for this particular model. A small question though. We have two colors over here. This is the default color that we are using over the Meshery, and this is the new color for that particular do not check again for checkbox. So should I make a color of this like same as this, or should I like this is a light color, or should I change the color of this? Just one question. Okay, so do let me know in the chat. This is a small update, and one more, which was actually like when you open like in the previous release, when you open the import model, it was crashing due to a error which is saying that we have multiple wildcards. And what is wildcard actually? So we use for the form we use the RGSF schema, and RGSF help us to like dynamically render the schemas. So this is the error that was coming, but actually it should look like this. So in UI schema, we use a wildcard for kind of for the rendering, if you say that in which like order we want to render this field. So let's say name, then we want select order, then we want wasm field, then we want this file one. So this is the order that we want. This is how it should render. So wildcard mean, okay, so these should be rendered first, then whatever comes and render. So this is for what we use the wildcard. So it was giving the error that we are using more than one wildcard, but we are not. So this is kind of an issue that I need to look and investigate why it was coming in the release. Though there is an release in RJF, so I will also make sure that it is coming in the next release or not. So yeah, this is the thing that I need to investigate. Although this is the fixed and release, so import model is now can be accessible. So this was also the second update from my side. So if you have any question, you can ask, or yeah.
I just had one suggestion, like,
Yeah, sure. You can go ahead.
I was just saying that you showed that new model of edit canvas. In that, I think you missed the cross button and that icon for the model. So if you could add that, so it will be consistent with other models that we use.
This one?
Yeah, like we usually use a cross button and an icon for the model, but this one doesn't have. So if you can use that, then it would be consistent. That's it.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I will update. Although we have a cancel button over here, which closes the model, same too. That's why I think we haven't added the cross button, because both will do the same thing. But
Yeah, so he is mentioning for consistency, of sake of consistency, the UI UX part. So yeah, you can add.
All right. Thanks, Yash. So next up, we have an item from Avishkar. I think it's somewhat related to Yash's update. Avishkar would like to share. Oh, okay. Avishkar is not with us. So let's move to next item. That's from Manish. And I think that's the same one that Rajdeep presented on class-based to function-based component. Okay.
I'm not sure, but on that topic that Rajdeep went through with the transition of components from classful to functional, I wanted to ask Chetan, is that an area that you're considering adding a helping hand to, or are you saving your hands for a different area? Either way, I want to get your hands on an area.
Hello. Yeah. So yeah. Can you give the answer regarding what issue are you talking?
Yeah, it's the 5th or 6th bullet point.
Okay,
There's a purple cursor on the Gaurav, can you navigate to it for us? Go to Rajdeep's issue, 6th bullet point, 5th bullet point. It's got Rajdeep in the name. There you go. Yeah, so this is the notion that Meshery's UI or Meshery UI is written in or is using Material UI version 4, and it is well past time for the project to move to version 5.
Okay.
And yeah, among other things that probably need to be done to prepare it for such an upgrade, one of those is the conversion of the way in which the components are written. They need to be functional, and so.
Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah, think about this if you would. He's gonna Rajdeep is, and you could help, but he is gonna break out these into a number of issues, and so if you don't jump in there, let me know, and let's see if we can get you another item.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay, all right.
All right. So moving on, next we have an update from full screen mode in Mesh Map from Udit.
Yeah, just a second. Yeah, hope my screen is visible.
It is.
So there was some issue with the full screen mode. Whenever I tried to make the whole component top level, but that introduced some problems like this nav bar was still visible, which we don't want to show, and this sidebar was also visible. And the code for it was actually in the Meshery repository instead of the mesh map one. So I tried to like create an event listener instead of like maintaining some state or like saving it in a database. So what I did was just adding an event listener whenever I see a full screen change event. I just hide the component which is the sidebar and the navbar component. Yeah, so this was the thing. And also there were some issues like if you try to press escape key, this was not like telling to the original state, which also fixed. And to add some other listener, and also due to some padding issues because I completely removed that package and everything is like custom made. So now you can just try it by going to this uh, Zoom panel, and just let me know like if you have any issues on any browser. If you
Yeah, very good. Good. Is I know a number of people. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Rex, I think. Cool. Did anybody else have feedback just then, or? So by the way, well, I feel compelled to give feedback, and there's two things that come to mind. One was that Udit, your voice was going in and out, and I sort of had the epiphany that maybe that's how my wife hears me. She just sort of tunes in and tunes out, sort of to what I'm saying. And so I was just thinking maybe I was experiencing for the first time what it is to be like for my wife to have to listen to me. So if that isn't weird enough, the second thing that I wanted to share is maybe to solicit some thoughts from folks. There are any number of other Canvas-centric tools that any of you might have used. Things like Excalidraw, excalidraw.com. This is probably not necessarily a new tool to many of you. Some of you will be like, oh, I haven't seen this particular one, but yep, you get it. You can draw stuff, right? And there's no orchestration behind this. There's no semantic meaning behind any of these. It's just a blank canvas and you just start drawing. Wonderful, right? And so why am I talking about it? Because it's a full screen canvas. So if I were to colorize this, clearly it would need to be green. So let's make sure we go. All right, good. If I do that and I move it over here, there's some translucency happening, if that's a word. I don't know that it is. Some transparency happening. There's a reduced opacity. You can barely see it. Hold on. There we go. All right. Doesn't work out very well. Anyway, the point is, the opacity is reduced. You can see behind here. Anyway, the point of what I'm trying to say is this is a full bleed canvas. And there are a number of tools out there like that. And so Udit's work helps MeshMap take on that type of a mode, should you desire that type of a mode. And I tend to think that the more time that people spend inside of MeshMap as a tool, that they might, like a full screen mode. There's another tool that comes to mind, tldraw.com. I was playing with it yesterday momentarily, if you can't tell. And I guess it remembered my session or got some stuff in my browser. And so it's a good thing I didn't use any swear words. But it's another full bleed experience. You can see. And so I just wanted to bring these examples up so that people can reflect on the work that Udit is doing. And maybe the next time that any one of you is in MeshMap, that you might be able to offer him a little bit of feedback based on your chosen browser. I'm going to bring up MeshMap for a moment because I think Udit's work has landed and is available for you all to try. Right now, the Meshery playground is struggling. And so I don't recommend that you use it at the moment, but you can run Meshery locally. I'm just not running it locally at the moment. I know that that's a cardinal sin on this call. I just didn't happen to have it built right now. So Udit's work, well, Udit's done work on these speed dials, by the way. So if you're enjoying them, you can thank him. If you don't like the fact that they just pop out without having to click on them first, then you can blame him. But so his work does everyone see full screen? That's like the only time in the last 3 years I've asked if anyone can see my screen, but can you see the full screen or no?
Yeah, we can.
Nice. Okay. I just wanted to see, anybody can feel free to interrupt me as I'm doing this. I just wanted to get a sense of what this meant in terms of experience. It's pretty well full screen. There's an artifact over here. Maybe we could get rid of. To switch between modes, people can hit here. Although it looks like a little bit of wasted space, maybe. They could click here, switch into that mode. Okay, great. Click here to go back to the designer mode. Okay. Anybody else? Thoughts or comments before we move on? $4. That's right. Damn it. It's probably 10 times, probably $20. Anybody else have? Udit, I think you've just done a smash up job, just a bang up, just an amazing. Udit, you're amazing. Okay. It's just. That only cost me $4 to say, Udit. So, okay.
All right. Thanks, Udit, for your update. And since we are 2 minutes over, and Uze would like to quickly give this update if it's not much long. Oh, okay. Uze dropped out earlier. So with that, we'll be discussing a couple of these remaining items in the next meeting as priority. And if you need any feedback, do capture a screen recording or a screenshot, drop it on Slack or on your pull request. So with that, it's time to wrap today's meeting. And this week, probably we do have
sorry if it's not much of a hassle. I just wanted to point out the form that was created, and it would be really nice if you had a lot of developer feedback on that form. So I don't know if now is a good time to post the link, because I mean the meeting is almost over. Probably should have done that earlier, but I couldn't join on time with the beginning of the meeting. So maybe I'll just post it on the Slack channel again, maybe on websites. I'd really love if most of the devs could, fill the form and answer the questions with like your input, because at the end of the day, a large chunk of the design system is going to be used by you guys. You're the ones that are going to, be primary beneficiaries, and we can't solve a problem that we don't necessarily know the full scope of, what the problem is. So yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that will be helpful. And do drop it on the Slack also with the link. Okay, Lee has that in chat. So cool. All right. So with that, it's time to wrap today's call. And I was saying we do have build and release call this week, right, Pranav? Or it's next week?
I think according to our calendar, it's next week.
Okay. All right. Cool. So I see a couple of newcomers joining today. So if you didn't got your fill, make sure you join newcomers meeting That's on tomorrow. Make sure you subscribe to the Layer 5 community calendar and meet community managers and Meshmate. And this meeting is live stream on YouTube. In case you want to revisit any of these issues or recording, you can catch up all the thing over there. So again, thanks all for joining. We'll meet you next week, same time, same place. Bye everyone.
Lee, let me talk to you after the meeting, please.
Yeah.
Can you hear
wait,
me?
say it. Yeah.
All right. All right. All right.
Oh, Franklin, no, I don't have time to talk to you, Franklin. I'm sorry, but I appreciate you showing up. All right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.